Hey everybody, hey, what's going on? It's Kimberly here in Savannah, Georgia. I'm back home. I'm back home, y'all. Did not expect to be back home this early. Had let me tell y'all right quick. Again, trials and tribulations will come when you are trying to elevate and stretch and go to the next level. Yesterday, Candy and I were so proud of ourselves because we were on time. Unlike what we did going down there, where we were cutting it a little close. This time we had more than enough time to get to the airport. We're like, yay! What's going on, Zonia? So we're patting ourselves on the back, only to get in the airplane at 6 o'clock. Supposed to be arriving in Atlanta at 8 o'clock. Do y'all know we sat on that tarmac for over 3 hours? I think it was. Yeah. Over 3 hours. Yeah. Got off the plane and back on the plane. Had a little game of Simon Says with the Delta 737, whatever. I think that's what it was. But anyway, we made it back home safely. And I slept so much while we were sitting on the tarmac. I was like, shoot. Originally, I was going to get a hotel in Atlanta. But I was like, dang, if I check in now, it's after midnight. Technically, this is the next day. A lot of hotels will not let you check in like at midnight, because technically it's the next day and check-in doesn't start until like 2 or 3 for a lot of hotels. So, and then even if I found a hotel that would let me check in, I didn't want to pay my money to literally be there for only a few hours, especially when I wasn't tired anymore. So I just scooped up my son and we got on the road at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Tis what it is. And we got here like 5:30. And yeah, it all worked out. That wasn't the plan, but a lot of times plans change, right? We have to pivot. We have to be flexible. So let me tell you this. In the airport, Candy and I met this woman who I just can't stop thinking about her, because what she did is so incredible and so amazing to me. I have been coming to you guys for the last few days, just telling you about all the trials and tribulations that Candy and I went through to get to the Believe Nation event for 2021, and some other people. And I've been sharing with you some of the people that we met that made it all worth it. But let me tell you about this woman here. This is a bad mama jamma, okay? And she's young too. I forget. I don't know her name. Candy actually met her, but she told me about her when I came back. And so this woman was standing in line, y'all, with not 1, not 2, but 3 kids. 3 kids. So Candy, when she saw our Believe Nation gear, the lady was like, oh, y'all were at the conference, right? And so she was like, yeah, you were there. And of course she was. That's how she knew about it. So Candy was asking her, how did your kids, oh, I see you here with your kids. How did your kids like the conference? And so the woman goes, well, I had to bring them with me, but they didn't actually go. So Candy was like, Turns out, y'all, clearly she had the one to watch her kids. So she brought her kids with her. Keep in mind, we're in the airport. That means instead of her buying 1 plane ticket, she had to buy 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plane tickets. 1 for her, 1 for each one of the 3 kids. Because these were like, these weren't babies where the plane ticket could be free. So she had to buy 4 plane tickets instead of 1. And on top of that, when she got to Orlando, she went to the event and hired a babysitter to watch her turn while she was there. When I talk about sacrificing, when I talk about how bad do you want it, that woman is the epitome of big belief. She would not have done all of that if she didn't believe that this event has something that she needed to go to the next level to take her higher, right? Because I'm sure that she could use that money doing other things. But the fact that she did that just blew my mind. I was completely mind blown. Now, I've taken my son to conferences with me before, but usually, yeah, they've always been the conferences that I had to drive. So it's not like I had to buy an additional plane ticket. And they were the conferences that, and I have 1 son, okay, not 3 kids. So when I talk about stretching outside of your comfort zone and really like having a spirit of expectation, putting yourself in the right environments, I'm talking about doing what this woman did, because it is just phenomenal to me that she did all of that. With that, the trip was expensive for me, but I know it was super expensive for her. And I, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Ms. Ebonitie said for us to focus on our words and, really, really focus on our words. It wasn't expensive for me, but basically, it wasn't a trip that I had to take, right? I could have done other things with that money. I'm not mad at the fact that I went on this trip. My mind is still reeling from the information that was shared. Candy had her workbook out on the plane, and we were just rehashing and digesting a lot of the information over and over again, and just bouncing ideas off of each other. So I'm super happy that I came. But what this woman did, buying a plane ticket for 3 kids, in addition to the plane ticket she had to have for herself, as well as getting paying someone to babysit her kids for 3 days while she was in Orlando. That is sacrifice. That is sacrifice. That is believing big. That is having an expectation of excellence. That's how you come to the event. Hope is not a strategy, y'all. Hope is not a strategy. Okay? Come with a spirit of expectation, knowing that you know what's going to come out of this event, and then make it so. And that's what this woman did. And I saw so many women there with their children, and I just think it's absolutely amazing. Number one, because a lot of these kids are being exposed to this great life-changing information so early on, so it's going to totally change the trajectory of their lives. But number two, it shows me how bad these people want it. And there's no doubt in my mind the people who sacrifice the most will be rewarded the most. There's no doubt in my mind. They're not doing this. You got to have some skin in the game. You got to have some meat in the game, y'all. So these people are not spending this money on just a wing and a prayer, hoping that it works out. I know for a fact that they're touching down in their hometowns right now with a game plan, with an action plan, with some energy, with some renewed energy, right? They've reset their mentality, and they're ready to take it to wherever they want to go. The next level, the next goal, the next whatever. They have positioned themselves. They now have the information, and they don't do all of that without activating on the information. I also want to shout out, speaking of people taking action and really positioning themselves, I definitely have to shout out my sponsor, Carrie George and Janelle J. Baby Dixon, who I woke up this morning and I could not stop smiling because they have already purchased their Believe Nation tickets for 2022 in February in Houston, Texas. And I am so very proud of them, because there was not a moment that Candy and I did not look at each other during the event and say, J Baby should have heard this. The team should be here. Carrie will go crazy over this. So to see them making the sacrifice early on to plan for something months in advance is just so awesome. They say if you really want to do great things in your life, you make sure that you get around the right environment. But if you want to have an impact in the lives of others, you make sure that you bring people along with you. But I can't bring nobody who doesn't want to come. So I'm so happy that Carrie and J Baby got their ticket. I believe firmly that there will be other people on the team who get their ticket as well. And again, this is not a company specific event. There's no recruiting there. There were people from many different companies. There were people who were not in MLM. There's a guy there who was in MLM years ago, didn't make a dime, but now he is knocking on $1 million in income yearly because he has his own insurance agency. So there's many different professions there. This event is just for people who want to build their belief and learn how to operate smarter, not harder. So many of you are working so very hard and you're still not seeing the fruits of your labor, because hard work does not pay. Hard work alone does not pay. You have to have hard work as well as that other supernatural component, y'all. And there are people who understand these principles. There are people who understand these concepts. Even if they're not faith-based people, there are people that are operating in the spiritual realm who are atheists, and because they understand the concepts and are applying them, they're still reaping the rewards. The laws work for everyone. It's no respecter of persons. But you have to know the laws before you can abide by them. You have to understand these concepts before you can start applying them to your life. I cannot believe that we are literally at a standstill for ducks that are going 0.0000002 miles an hour across the street. And all of the ducks they're not even grouping themselves together. Okay, y'all gonna have to squeeze in between these ducks now. They'll get the clue. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go get some food for the fam, and I will be back to talk to you guys later. I'm happy that I feel renewed. I didn't get much sleep, but it's just the information that is inside of me right now that helps me to feel this way. Ma'am, please go. Okay, we can't let all the ducks pass. Okay, if you go, they will wait on you. A car trumps a duck. We're not gonna kill no birds, but we can't sit here all day, ma'am. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, bye.